Good morning, classmates, and good morning, ma'am. Today, Reporters 10 will discuss about the performance management and rewards. My group mate is Cortezano. Before I start, I suggest to my classmates to listen and take notes. So let's start with the introduction of our topic. How individuals and groups do their jobs is the main concern of those managing organizations. It is easy to predict what will happen to organizations when members are not performing effectively and efficiently. The task of management is to make sure that every member is doing what is expected of them. How management will go about doing this task is the aim of performance management, since the principal means designed to motivate employees to perform is the reward system. It will be included in the discussion that will follow. Let's proceed to the abstraction of the topic. Performance management refers to the procedure and systems designed to improve employee outputs and performance, often through the use of economic incentive systems. Apart from economic incentives, the other means used to improve employee performance are the goal setting, streamlined organizational structure, better technology, new arrangement of working schedules, high involvement of employees, and better motivation of employees. An effective performance management process considers human resource, or other called HR, strategic planning as a basic requirement. Human resource strategic planning is the process of providing capable and motivated people to carry out the organization's mission and strategy. An HR manager plays a vital role in the organization's strategic planning that is directly aligned to their vision. This includes their advocacy or relationship with the employees, as that determines the success rate of the organization through the employees' commitment and productivity. A key element of the human resource strategic planning is the staffing function, which implements the provision of qualified people to the identified job openings. The staffing function includes recruitment, selection, training, development, transfer, promotion, and compensation of the personnel. Let's proceed to the staffing. It can be defined as one of the most important functions of management. It involves the process of filling the vacant position of the right personnel at the right job, at right time. Hence, everything will occur in the right manner. Therefore, it is very important that each and every person should get right position in the organization so as to get the right job, according to their ability, talent, aptitude, and specialization, so that it will help the organization to achieve the preset goals in the proper way by the 100% contribution of manpower. The staffing process consists of job analysis, recruitment, selection, and socialization. First, let's define what is job analysis. It is the process of studying a job to determine which activities and responsibilities it includes, its relative importance to other jobs, the qualifications necessary for performance of the job, and the conditions under which the work is performed. An important concept in job analysis is that the job, not the person doing the job, is assessed, even though human resources may collect some job analysis data from incumbents. Second is recruitment. It refers to the process of identifying, attracting, interviewing, selecting, hiring, and onboarding employees. In other words, it involves everything from the identification of a staffing need to filling it. Depending on the size of an organization, recruitment is the responsibility of a range of workers. Larger organizations may have entire teams of recruiters, while others only a single recruiter. In small outfits, the hiring manager may be responsible for recruiting. In addition, many organizations outsource recruiting to outside firms. Companies almost always recruit candidates for new positions via advertisements, job boards, social media sites, and others. Many companies utilize recruiting software to more effectively and efficiently source top candidates. Regardless, recruitment typically works in conjunction with or as a part of human resources. There are two types of recruitment. First is the internal recruiting. It is the process of filling vacancies within a business from its existing workforce. This is unlike external recruiting, when a business looks to fill vacancies from outsides. In a year where the recruitment landscape has looked very different, internal recruiting can be a great way to fill roles fast. Here are some advantages of internal recruiting. First is reduces training cost. By leveraging employees that you already have, you don't need to train new employees. Even if new systems or other small processes need to be taught, not having to go through the entire training and onboarding process is a significant time and money saver. For example, if you get feedback midway, true that your customer service isn't meeting your client's expectations in a specific area, you can address it immediately by adding a new module on that topic and notifying the team with the push of a button that they need to take a course. It's significantly quicker, easier, and cheaper than scheduling face-to-face training. Second is boost employee morale. Everybody wants to feel like they matter in their organization. Promoting from within and or getting people into roles that they are passionate about will boost both morale and your bottom line. For example, recognize your employees' accomplishments and achievements with incentives such as money or an Employees of the Month award. When employees feel like their contribution to their workplaces are recognized and celebrated, they feel more invested in the company and are more inclined to be productive and push forward to achieve their individual goals. The third one is reduce job posting and screening costs. By recruiting from within, you cut the need to have the hiring manager or recruiter post, advertise jobs and screen unqualified candidates. For example, cost per hire depends on hiring volume. The more people you hire, the lower your cost per hire will be. This is because some fixed costs can be spread out over a larger number of hires. The last one is decrease employee turnover. In most cases, unplanned turnover is a negative event in an organization. A high employee turnover rate can be a sign that something is wrong in your company. By matching internal candidates with roles that fit their passions and unique skill sets, you can increase the chance that they will stay with your company for the long haul. For example, some employee turnover is inevitable. For example, retirement, relocation, and leaving for schooling cannot be avoided. But it's important to monitor your employee turnover and understand why employees are leaving if you want to avoid negative repercussions. If there's advantages, there's also a disadvantages of internal recruiting. First is lack of fresh perspectives. One of the benefits of external recruitment is hiring employees with fresh ideas and perspectives that can result in new insights for your company. By recruiting from within, you might miss out on these innovative perspectives. For example, one of my specialties is data storage and disaster recovery. I help boards understand their responsibilities and their exposure when they do not have a proper plan in place for the company they are guiding with respect to data backup and recovery. Second is workplace jealousy. Humans are emotional beings. Assuming you make a strong hire, recruiting externally can help you avoid some of the workplace jealousy that results when someone loses out on a promotion that goes to a coworker. For example, benign envy of a coworker who receives a promotion or plum assignment may motivate you to work harder and improve your own skills. The last one is replacing the employee you promote or transfer. In many cases, when someone gets promoted or transferred to a new role, the previous position doesn't magically go away. You are still going to have to find somebody, either internally or externally, to fill that role. Recruiting internally can seem like a quick way to fill open positions on the surface. But if you don't have someone in mind who is readily available to backfill the old position, it can open up an entirely new can of worms. At the end of the day, you're going to end up recruiting from outside or overall be down one employee. Let's proceed to the external recruitment. It is the process of filling open roles of the company with applicants outside the current employees pool. It is often carried out through external job advertise, published via external emails, job websites, recruitment agencies, the business owned website, newspapers, and trade magazines. Here are some methods of external recruitment, which is employee referrals, applicant-initiated recruitment, help-wanted advertisement, private employment agencies and executive search firms, and campus recruiting. After recruitment, the next step in the staffing process is selection. This involves assessing and choosing among job candidates. The selection process involves the following steps: by completing the application form, conducting an interview, completing any necessary tests, background investigation, and physical and medical examination. Let's go now on socialization, the final step in the staffing process. And it involves orienting new employees to the organization and its work units, especially the work units where the newly hired employee will be working. The purpose of socialization can be distinctive from firm to firm. However, there are certain fundamental purposes which are employment situation, which is the basic purpose of every organization, will be to make the new employees industrious as soon as possible. Second is rules and policies, which the workforce should have a good understanding of the constraints and policies of the organization for smooth and continuous operations. Third is compensation and benefits, which although this information is made clear during the recruitment process, an analysis of this is required during socialization process. Fourth is corporate culture, which the organization culture affects the entire working pattern of any company. This includes everything from the way they dress to the way they behave with the other employees. Fifth is working as a team, which during socialization, the importance of working as a leader is emphasized to add value to the organization. And lastly, dealing with change, which coping with the change is a big challenge to the employees at all levels in the organization. Let's move on to the training and career planning and development. So first, what is training? It is the process of changing employee behavior, attitudes, or opinions through some type of guided experience. Training the individual employee occurs not only initially but anytime improved skills are needed to meet changing job requirements. So there are two types of training. The first one is on-the-job training, also known as OJT. It's a hands-on method of teaching the skills, knowledge, and competencies needed for employees to perform a specific job within the workplace. Employees learn in an environment where they will need to practice the knowledge and skills obtained during their training. The second one is off-the-job training, comprises of a place specifically allotted for the training, purpose that they may be near to the actual workplace where the workers are required to learn the skills and get well equipped with the tools and techniques that are to be used at the actual work floor. Let's look now on the off-the-job training methods. The first one is the special lectures. This is also called as classroom training, wherein the employees are given lectures about the job requirements and the necessary skills required for implementing the job. Lecture courses may help to impart knowledge as also develop analytical abilities among workers. Large organizations may employ qualified and trained persons to conduct specific lecture courses for different categories of workers. The second one is simulation. Under this training, the trainee is required to learn the operations of machines and equipment that are reasonably designed to look similar to those installed at the actual work floor. Simulation exercises, also known as management or business games, represents actual business situations where trainees are asked to comprehend these situations and behave accordingly. For instance, trainees may take part in a simulation exercise that involves two or more hypothetical organizations competing in a given product market. The third one is vestibule training. This type of training is specifically given to the technical staff, office staff, and the employees who learn the operation of tools and equipment assembled at a place away from the actual work floor. It is a training technique which provides employees an opportunity to learn jobs on the equipment they will operate on actual work floor. Organizations create special training centers called vestibules, where a working environment is created which is almost a duplicate of the actual work environment. Qualified instructors train the employees under carefully planned and controlled learning conditions.
Studies. Under this method, the trainees are given the situation or a problem in the form of a case study and are required to solve it after their learning from the training program. Case study deals with any problem confronted by a business which can be solved by an employee. The trainee is given an opportunity to analyze the case and come up with all possible situations. This method can enhance analytic and critical thinking of an employee. Next is role playing. This type of training is essential in a case of customer service. Under this, the trainees assume roles and act as a forgiven situation. It is also called as sociodrama or psychodrama, wherein the employees act as if they are facing the situation and have to solve it spontaneously without any guidance. Role playing, in this case also a problem situation, is simulated asking the employee to assume the role of a particular person in the situation. The participant interacts with other participants assuming different roles. The whole play will be recorded and trainee gets an opportunity to examine their own performance. Next is management games. Under this method, the trainees are divided into groups and then they are presented with the simulated marketplace or the situations wherein they are required to apply their learnings and solve the problem accordingly. Management games. According to this method, the trainees are divided into two groups, and each group has to discuss about various activities and functions of an imaginary organization. They will discuss and decide about various subjects like production, promotion, pricing, etc. This giving result is a cooperative decision-making process. Career planning and development. Career planning is a process in which personal skills, qualities, knowledge, motivation, and other characteristics are actualized. So, career planning, in addition, a career plan is a set of goals for an individual's career, which an action plan that identifies steps toward these goals. Career plans can be communicated to an employer or used as a personal tools to identify career opportunities that suit your needs, capabilities, and preference. Career development is a series of activities aimed at establishing, developing, succeeding, and encouraging a career. So, career development goals are objectives to improve your skills and motivations. You can combine your personal interest with skills or performance goals to achieve success at work. For example, if you want to expand your computer programming skills and your manager needs to help creating a website, you can offer to learn more on the topic to assist. Setting career development goals encourage skill improvement. You may learn enough to apply to a promotion or you or change the career based on your new abilities. Creating goals to achieve over a set amount of time gives you the initiative to work hard, get motivated, and advance in your role. Career development may make your job easier as you become quicker and more productive based on what you learn. Setting professional development goals also shows your manager you are serious about your job and want to continue to excel in it. Career plateau. In a situation in which an employee has reached the highest position level in the company and has less to no possibility of a vertical promotion. Career plateau is a situation in which an employee has reached the highest position level in the company and has less to no possibility of a vertical promotion. Type of career plateau. One is structural plateau. Exists when organizations feel that individual employees who are lacking managerial skills may not be suitable for higher level position, and sometimes organization may also feel that an individual may not have suitable commitment for organizational development. So structural plateau, for example, an employee may be structurally plateau for organization assessment reasons. An employee may not receive future promotions because management believes the individual lacks the managerial ability or skills needed for higher level jobs. Next is content plateau. Some others people may need to perform same job repeatedly for many numbers of years, which is known as job content plateau. Due to flat organization structure, the change of increased job responsibilities are very less. They perform the same job uninterestingly because of family responsibilities and less job opportunities available outside their organization. Next is life plateau, which occurs when an employee experiences a loss of identity and self-esteem when there is no longer success in his work area. So next is performance appraisal. Performance appraisal as a job regular review of an employee's job performance and overall contribution to a company, also known as an annual review. Performance review or evaluation or employee appraisal. A performance appraisal evaluates an employee's skills, achievements, and growth of lack thereof. Attendance punctuality is one of the strongest virtues an employee can possess. They must arrive on time. Take the designed time break to ensure efficiency and productivity. However, it can be ignored that attendance is one of the touchiest topics and employees don't like to discuss coming late or the reasons for exceeding their lunch break. But if conducted properly, attendance appraisal processes can prove to be very useful. Method of performance appraisal. Number one is absolute standards. The subject of appraisal are not compared with other person. This approach consists of the following method: the essay appraisal, the critical incident appraisal, the checklist, the adjective rating scale, forced choice, and behaviorally encouraged rating scales. So the essay appraisal, a qualitative form of absolute standards wherein the appraiser writes a narrative with the aim to describe the employee's performance, including strength, weaknesses, knowledge, potential, etc. The statement is rated for individual employees based on the organization expectations, although the appraisers can freely express their thought it is too time consuming. So next is a critical incident, a qualitative method whereby behavioral traits exhibited by each employee are documented with the aim to evaluate performance as opposed to personality. Since actual behaviors are observed, the appraisal is more objective. However, negative incidents are more likely to be noticed and remembered compared to positive incidents. So next is for choice appraisal, a type of checklist wherein the rater is given a choice of 2 to 3 statements and is also asked to pick the most descriptive of the employee. Although this method mitigates personal bias, the statements may not be framed in the best way to properly evaluate the employee. So next is graphing rating skills. So skills with a list of traits. For example, is reliability, teamwork, and corresponding continuum of performance measured the range from below. Expectations to role model. The appraiser is expected to rate the level of performance for each given traits for individual employees. So last is behaviorally and charge rating scale. A list of descriptive statements of behaviorally that are rated against the scale from list of most effective. The appraiser must identify the level of effectiveness for each given statement in order to determine the employee's overall performance. Relative standards. This category appraisal method compare individuals against other individuals. The most popular in this category: A. Group order ranking, B. Individual ranking, C. Paired comparison. Group order ranking. Employees are ranked according to their performance level. It is a comparative scale, so easier to determine the best and the worst among the employees of a group. Employees are related according to the work they have done or traits they have displayed, so no chance of foul play exists. The comparison is done among the members of a same group so that comparison factors are similar, therefore it is a fair process of judgment. The employees can exactly understand their exact position among their peer group. This motivates them to work better. So individual ranking. With a traditional ranking system, an employee performance is compared with that of other employees against whatever criteria the organization chooses. Ideally, these criteria are specific and qualifiable. For example, a company may rank its sales employees based on new clients signed up or skills per quarter. Next is paired comparison. Paired comparison method is handy tool for decision making. It describes values and compares them to each other. It's often difficult to choose the best option when you have different ones that are far apart. All the potential options are compared visually, leading to an overview that immediately shows the right decision. This makes it possible to compare the relative importance of opposing criteria in a simple way. If there is no object data available for making this decision, paired comparison method can be a very handy tool. This method is also known as the paired comparison method and pairwise comparison. Next is objectives. The third approach to appraisal makes use of objectives. This approach, also known as management by objectives or MBO, is a process to join goal setting between a supervisor and a subordinate. Next is error in performance appraisal. Number one is halo effect. The halo effect is one of the most common errors in a performance appraisal. This happens when appraiser generalizes one of the employee's traits and extend it all the other aspect under review. For example, the person in the team always hits their sales target and exceed expectation year after year. During the evaluation, their manager judgment may be included by this and they rate the employee as excellent in all aspects without carefully examining their result in other areas. Next is latency error. The appraiser evaluates everyone with above average rating. So latency error, some example of reasons of occurrence are mentioned below. Recognizing only positive aspect or intentional avoiding negative aspect of the employee. Supervisor believe that low ratings may jeopardize the relationship with subordinates. Low employee rating also means low effectiveness of the manager. Next is central tendency error. This is when the appraiser evaluates everyone with generally average rating. No one is actual good or bad. Central tendency error, assessment errors indicate a situation wherein the evaluator does not distinguish goods and poor quality of work. This error causes problem when evaluating by several people. If one evaluator is strict and the other will be assessed in the average scale of the assessment. Finally, it will be taken into account strict evaluation. The average score due to central tendency error discriminate against employees who achieve high score and protect those who have poor performance. As a result, the assessment becomes useless as a decision aid for promotions, training, or feedback to the manager. Next is the regency error. The regency error is another of the most common errors in performance appraisal. This occurs when the appraiser only bases their feedback on the last few weeks of work. Recency errors. The recency errors is other of the most common errors in performance appraisal. This occurs when the appraiser only bases their feedback on these last few weeks of work. One example would be where an employee had performed superbly for most of the review period but made a mistake before the annual appraisal. Next is compare-contrast error. The compare-contrast error arises when a appraiser compares the performance of two employees instead of using absolute performance measurement for each one. One employee who rates as excellent could make other with a good rating seem mediocre. So compare contrast error. For example, A, B, and C are interviewing for a job opening. A is up first and he gives a poor performance. Consequently, the rater gives B and C a more favorable rating because the bar was set so low by A. Even though they did not perform remarkably, yet they received better reading. Types of organizational incentives. One is intrinsic versus extrinsic reward. Intrinsic rewards are the rewards that are non-tangible but yet results in higher levels of job satisfaction. Some examples are an impressive job title, career growth, personal achievements, praises, etc. Next is extrinsic rewards are tangible rewards that employee receive upon doing good work. It exclude businesses, raises, gifts, and etc. Next is intrinsic reward, make employee feel valued in the company. Similarly, intrinsic reward focus on improving employees' performance through appreciations. It's necessary to find a balance between intrinsic performance and intrinsic motivation. Next is non-financial versus financial rewards. Financial rewards work by positively contributing to the overall employee's financial well-being. It includes bonus, salary, raises, and etc. Non-financial types of rewards do not provide any financial gain to the employee. Instead, it focuses on appreciating employees through employees' benefits, gym membership, parking space, gift cards, and a few examples. Next is non-financial. Rewards are more possible for companies to reward employees, mainly because long-term effects as compared to financial reward. Employees are more likely to keep enjoying the benefits. However, financial rewards gives one-time satisfaction. Next is membership versus performance reward. Performance-based rewards are allocated based on a performance of an employee in a company. Performance-based rewards are given in the form of pay plans, incentive systems, group bonuses, or commissions. Membership-based rewards are given in the form of benefits and service provided to the company employees. It might be in the form of the annual Christmas bonus, company that create, upgraded office, furnishing, and etc.